Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another video finally. I know it's been a while, but I want to introduce a new series to my channel that will be covering all the latest news, updates, and leaks for the upcoming mainline Pokemon title coming to Switch. Now, this is probably my most anticipated game of all time. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a kid in the late 90s. Pokemon is one of my favorite franchises out there, and for a Pokemon game to come to consoles finally in its 21-year lifespan, that is such a huge deal, not only to me but to the community as well. So I am really looking forward to covering this game as much as possible leading up to its release in late 2018 or 2019. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the chance of this Pokemon title being a series reboot for the franchise, because for a game that is only on portable machines like, Game Boy, 3DS, DS, whatever, for it to come to a different platform like this for Switch, there's obviously going to be a lot of changes, not only to the game itself, but visuals as well. And I think it makes sense for them to start with Generation 1 when it comes to Pokemon on Switch, because for them just to jump into a later generation, I don't think it would make sense, because it is going to be a totally different Pokemon game than we're used to. It's going to have different visuals, it's going to have different mechanics. I think it would make sense for them to do a reboot, especially for the younger kids that haven't got to experience the earlier generations with Pokemon games. I know they're remastering some. They remastered all the earlier editions, but for this big of a leap in change when it comes to the game itself, I think it makes zero sense to just jump into a later generation. I know we don't know much about the game at all. This is all speculation, but I would really love to see them start with Generation 1, since this is the first core Pokemon game coming to console. The game is far away from release, which tells me that they are pretty much making this game from the ground up. They're developing it from the ground up, and I just think it would be cool for them to start with Generation 1 and then go up from there. And another question there is whether Pokemon on portable devices is dead after this game releases. Are they still going to release Pokemon games on 3DS and Switch? Or are they going to cut off 3DS Pokemon titles and just make core ones for the Switch now? That is a huge question, because people are wondering, is this the 3DS killer for Pokemon finally coming to Switch? Is it going to kill the 3DS? Are they done with 3DS and that's why they're bringing it over to Switch? I don't think that's the case. I don't think Nintendo is done making portable consoles. I know the Switch is supposed to be a home / portable console, but the majority of people that own a Switch play it at home. I mean, you can see on the Twitter poll that Nintendo of America posted, like 80% of people play the Switch at home. And they see that even though the Switch is a portable console, people just like playing consoles at home. That's what consoles are for. That's what they've always kind of been for. People like sitting at home and playing on the big screen. And I think they're gonna keep the 3DS Pokemon titles, and I think they're gonna stay the same how they are, and the console version is gonna be totally different. I think it's gonna be a whole different experience, so that the 3DS versions are still relevant for people that still want to play those types of Pokemon games. And then the console versions, I think, are just gonna be diverse. There's gonna be a difference, but I think they're gonna be still keep the 3DS versions, or whatever portable device they come out with after the 3DS. I think portable Pokemon games are still going to be there, and I just think that we're going to have portable and console versions of Pokemon like we do with Zelda. We have portable Zelda games, and then we have console versions of Zelda games. I think that's what's going to happen with Pokemon after it comes out on Switch. And of course, all this is speculation. We don't know what Nintendo is going to be doing with Pokemon once it comes out on console. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to be keeping portable Pokemon games and console ones as well. But it's just interesting to think about what they're going to do with this title. What new mechanics they're going to add. How are the visuals going to look? So I think, not to compare it to Zelda, but how Zelda Breath of the Wild had a full series reboot where it went back to its basis, where you can go anywhere you want at any time. I think we might be seeing that with this Pokemon title coming to Switch. I think it's going to be a whole series reboot, and it's going to change all the mechanics where we can go anywhere we want. I know you could do that in all the other Pokemons, but usually places are held back by gyms, like you have to complete a certain gym or a certain task to get farther into the game. I think it's going to be a totally new type of gameplay that they're going to be introducing to this game. But getting back on topic here, I really do think they're going to be doing a series reboot and starting with Generation 1, because I think all the generations deserve this new visual that the console version is going to have. Obviously, they're going to be taking advantage of the Switch hardware power, and it's going to look a lot better than the 3DS versions, and I think all the generations deserve this new graphical appearance. I don't think they're going to leave any generations behind, and they're just going to start with Generation 1 and work their way up from there with the console versions of Pokemon. It only makes sense. But that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to discuss with you guys my thoughts and opinions on them doing a series reboot with the first console Pokemon title. And also, comment down below what you want or think will be in the game, whether it be visuals, mechanics, whatever you think or want in the first console version of Pokemon. That's how this series is going to work. I'll pick the one that I find most interesting, and I will make that the next topic for the next video. And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Pokemon Switch content just like this, and I will catch you guys in the next video.